Talk Radio, and this is the health and fitness segment. I'm here with Alan Childers. He's the owner and founder of First Time Try LLC. I'm super excited about talking with you today, Alan. I'm first of all, because I'm so dang proud of you. I'm super proud of you. So tell everybody who you are and what you do.
Well, I'm Alan Childers. I am a personal trainer, certified personal trainer, and I also am a USA triathlon coach. And I've been doing it about 5 or 6 years now. I run triathlons. I do them. I do Ironman halves, and and I decided I should start coaching, teaching people. I like teaching, so I started doing that. So.
It's a riot because you and I met when I had my Edward Jones office around the corner from a restaurant that you used to own.
Right.
And
yeah, I built the restaurant and was running it.
Yeah, was running it, right? And so it was down in the South Scottsdale. And you and I just took a, immediately we're like entrepreneurs, I don't know, friends and entrepreneurs right away, because we were just around the corner from each other. I really loved what you were doing at the restaurant. I was new in business at Edward Jones when we met, and we just became friends. And I've been watching you as you made the decision to, move away from that restaurant and go on into different avenues with your professional life, start to do triathlons. And I just remember sitting with you in the restaurant one day and you saying, "Guy, I really need to get in shape." And then I started to watch you change your own life. And that was just fantastic watching that happen. And then all of a sudden I noticed one day you started to coach. And I thought, well, that's kind of cool. And then recently you came across my feed again, and I thought, wow, he's sticking with it. He's doing lots of stuff. So I'm really super proud of you. You've run 30 triathlons. You've done 4.5 Ironmans. One you kind of had to, say you needed to, try again a different day because you had a hurt foot, and that's super smart. Mm-hmm. And then you've done 6 half marathons, and then countless other different kinds of road races. I'm like, super duper impressed with that. I mean, especially from the conversation we had that day in the restaurant where you're saying, I think I really need to get, take my health back. Not only did you take your health back, but you did it in a big way. And I'm really incredibly proud of you for what you've done in your own life and for how you're helping others. So congratulations and thank you for doing that.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, and I kind of remember that day too. It was just, got to a point where, I realized that I couldn't go on with what I was doing. So yeah, I dropped 60 pounds. I got to working out, and a good friend of mine got me started on triathlons, and I did a couple and said, this is pretty cool stuff. And so then I started working on becoming a personal trainer, which I did. I get certified, and then a year or so ago, I said, now I can start. And I was teaching a lot of people at that point, and I do a lot of group events. And then I decided, well, let's get involved with the USA Triathlon organization, and so I've done that, and so now I'm certified, and I've got a couple of triathlon people that I'm starting getting them going on it, and it's a lot of fun. You're doing different things. You're not just lifting weights and being a gym rat, so it works better.
Yeah, well, I think for some people being outside and the different types of physical activity where you're swimming, you're biking, you're running is just a better way for them to exercise. And so that's awesome. Now, why did you just say, okay, now I've taken my health back? Why did you want to start giving it away? Oops, did I lose you?
It's fun to teach or give somebody some knowledge and watch what they're doing and watch them get excited also. I've gotten a lot of good friends and everything, and even my family, I got involved in it. and they just, to watch them get excited about, here again, getting their life back, getting so that down the road, hopefully they'll feel better, and we won't have a situation where we hobble around for 20 years until we leave this place. But so yeah, I just enjoy teaching people and showing them the right way, showing them how they can do it, have fun, do it, and not get injured. That's kind of where I base it. Is you should have fun, and you should do it without being hurt all the time.
100%, because you're going to get hurt under the best of circumstances sometimes. Whenever you're training regularly, I have a torn hamstring right now. It's just the way it goes sometimes. You have to kind of work through it, but there's definitely, you have to know when to stop too. So I was really happy to hear you say, no, I was in that half Ironman and realized I wasn't healed enough. I needed to stop. I think sometimes we push ourselves too hard. And I love what you had to say about, I call it, I love watching the light go on in someone's eyes when they take their health back and their life back, and they realize, wow, I don't have to live in pain every second. I don't have to, have to go to the doctors and have diabetes and gout and other things. I don't have to die the way my grandmother did and my uncle, my father, with health related, totally avoidable health related diseases, right? And that's just, I love watching that happen. So now you're a business owner.
It's fairly easy too.
Yeah.
Once you get started, I mean, it's fairly easy to take control and and have fun doing it. So
as long as you get into some type of schedule, which you help, and we'll talk a little bit later about some of the things you're doing to keep people in constant motion. It's easier to keep a rock rolling that's already rolling. It's hard to get a rock started from nothing, right? It's right. Once you get started, it is easy.
It takes a little willpower. It takes a little willpower to get it going.
Yeah, and then once you get going,
then it's just keeping it rolling. So
100%. So what have you learned, now that you're a fitness professional, what have you learned about the fitness industry business in the past, 5 years where you've been involved as a business person in the fitness space? What's your biggest lesson?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of fitness organizations out there that you're competing with. You could put 10 fitness directors in a room and you'd have 10 different ways of doing something. I don't care what it was. If it's climbing a rope, you're going to get 10 different ways. It's pretty much the same as nutrition. Put 10 nutritionists in the room, you're going to have 10 different ideas about how to eat. So I kind of channel into one or two things. I've read, I've watched, I've looked at some other things, about how to do, and I've taken points from everybody. So if I put the 10 fitness directors in a room, I'll take one piece out of 10 people, and I'll have the basis of what I want to do.
Right.
And so in business, that's kind of the way I've kind of structured my business. Is there's a lot of ways to do it. Here's what I'm doing, and I guarantee you that you'll feel better when I get done.
Right.
And so that's kind of where I'm getting people to listen and getting people on board. Is just getting them to where they'll jump in and try it, and once they try it, then they're good.
I love what you're saying there. I always say, I have a patchwork spirituality and I have a patchwork way of doing business. I've learned something from every professional situation that I've been in, and I've definitely, my way of doing business is and I think everyone's that way, right? You take a little piece here, a little piece here, and that's what makes you uniquely you, because only you have those experiences. So I love that you're really aware of that. That's pretty cool.
Well, and the other portion of it too is I test everything. like I say, I do triathlon, so I kind of know when they tell me something, I know they're telling me the straight up scoop. I know if they're excited about it. So I and as I train people and I give them their training plans for the week or month or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and then they report back to me or I see what they have done, I can tell if they're doing it, and
Or if they're full of it.
yeah, or they're full of it. I had one of my early coaches, told me, there's there's a way you can do the hard work, or no, there's hard work, and then there's doing the hard work.
Yeah,
So
right.
so you can't, everybody can say, well, I did the hard work. Well, no, there's doing the hard work and doing it the way it should be done.
Right, and shut
So
your own.
you got to get your own mind around getting the hard work done.
Yeah, you got to do the do every day.
Especially in these sports that are endurance type sports. You're out there for 6-8 hours and you're in your own little world. You're not listening to music or books or anything else. You're in your own head. So you've got to get your head right.
Well, that's 100%, because I know that, if you haven't got your head right and you're exercising for 8 hours, whether you're running, swimming, especially, because all you've got is your breath. I was a swimmer growing up. I don't know if you know that about me or not, but I swam butterfly and freestyle.
Oh,
and
there you go.
I always wanted to do triathlon until I tore my Achilles, and then the running part was just off the table. But I grew up in a bicycle shop and I swam. So triathlons were always on my list of things to do. So I'm really envious, because for me, the training with the running is just no longer possible for me.
You can do an aqua bike then.
Is there an aqua bike? Well, that's good to know.
A lot of them are coming out with that, because there's so many people that have an issue with running, and they've hurt their back or whatever. So
that's really good to know.
A lot of them have aqua bike events.
Well, you put me on your list, and one of those come up. Maybe I'll do one.
All right.
Okay. So I wanted to make sure I touch all spots on our little interview here. I want to know why it's so important to you to empower others.
Well, you for the excitement, really. You get somebody, you get them going, you tell them how to do things, you get them started, and it may not be the first time or the second time they've completed a goal, but then all of a sudden the light bulb goes off and they've exceeded their goal. And it's kind of, what happened? How did that get there? And so, so it's fun to give people goals and shoot for them, and then all of a sudden they're reaching for other goals. I start those people fairly slowly, get them going, and then they may not even have a long-term goal, but we have a whole bunch of little ones. And it's fun to just watch somebody's, whole demeanor and everything change when all of a sudden they realize not only could they do it, they did do it. So that's it's no
longer just like a dream in your head. You actually can check it off the list, right?
Yeah, exactly. I've got a couple of people that are like that right now. I tell them, we've got a 6-mile run tonight, and you got a pace to keep, and then all of a sudden they come back and they beat that pace, and I tell them, and they go, "Oh, well, that was easy." so it works out to where, okay, so that was easy. So next time we'll make it a little harder, but it's a goal that they hit.
So you're a hope junkie.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
There's all kinds of drugs, and I think about it. I love it when I work with a business owner, when I'm coaching them as a business coach, or when I'm working with a personal training person and they're able to, I think throughout all of it, I love watching people succeed. I love watching the pretty girl walk with her head up. I love watching the business owner kill it. I just love it because, it's funny. When my dad was passing away recently, I asked him, like, God, Dad, why does all the old people, no offense, Dad, you are kind of old, you're 86, and I got him laughing. I go, why do all you old people watch Fox TV? And he said to me something that was like, shut the front door when I listened to it. He said, Michelle, when I was your age and younger, and throughout my life, I was working so hard as an entrepreneur to keep my doors open, keep the cash flowing, that I didn't have time for the news. And I just thought that all the politicians were just dirty and that there was no good possible. And he says, from watching the news, I realize there's good people doing good stuff all the time and that good is possible. And it makes me hopeful. And I thought, yay, I'm so glad that he died having that kind of hope in him. And I think that when you get a taste of that, my dad got it from watching television. So he kept on wanting to watch Fox TV to see what was going to happen next, to see what next good thing was. And for those of us who are coaching in any capacity whatsoever, I think the thing that makes us put our feet in the floor is watching that good thing happen and knowing that good things are possible in all kinds of ways, and that people have a relentless spirit that can overcome just about anything.
Right. Right.
I just love being around that kind of energy, and that's why I keep on doing it.
Yeah, that's what kind of keeps me going is, when I see somebody excited about what they did and they didn't even realize they'd done it yet.
Yeah, it's so awesome.
So
you have a couple things that you do on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. You have a triathlon training class that you do from Tempe Town Lake.
Right.
And what I'm going to ask you to do is to put that link in the comments below in this live video so people can find it. So on Tuesdays and Wednesdays at Tempe Town Lake, which you are outside and socially distancing, and Tempe Town Lake is still open for folks to come exercise during the COVID-19 craziness. What do you do during those classes?
Well, on Tuesday nights, both classes start at 6. On Tuesday nights, we do strength and conditioning for about 30 minutes. Then we switch over and we do running intervals, whether it be hills or whatever. I work a lot on running and running form and technique. I think that's so important, especially in this business.
Because you can get hurt if you're running the wrong way. If you're planting your foot the wrong way, you're swinging your arm the wrong way, you're leaning too far forward, too far back, sideways, right?
It's so easy. It's so easy to get hurt. And then once you're hurt, then you kind of drop off and you just figure, well, it just hurts to do that.
Yeah, screw it. It's running. It's not how you're playing.
Yeah, it's running that hurts. No, it's not running. We'll straighten it out. On Wednesday nights is more of a long run night. I say a long run, it's an hour.
Right.
So we'll get anywhere from 3.5 to 6 miles in around Tempe Town Lake down there, which it's a beautiful place.
Oh, it's a beautiful place. What a benevolent act of service Tempe did putting that there. And then on Saturday you have a ride. And then you meet at 7 a.m. Where do you meet on Saturdays?
Saturdays we meet up here in North Scottsdale. And I post all those events on my website. But North Scottsdale, and we go up basically up Pima Road and up and around Hayden and that area. We try and get anywhere from 25 to 30 miles in. And then on Sunday, we meet at Indian Bend and Scottsdale Road, and we run 6-7 miles around the canal down there, down the canal, down to Fashion Square and back.
Okay.
And those are group events. Those are free. Anybody can drop in.
I didn't realize they were free. Good for you.
Oh yeah. And then my coaching is separate. if you want me to actually deal with you in one-on-one, then I do that separate of the
And you'll
free ones.
swimming and biking
And
in that one-on-one coaching piece, right?
correct. And so theoretically, you could have we could meet 5 different times a week, because you could have 4 group things in one private session.
You know what? That's super smart, because by giving the free opportunities, you're getting people to be aware of you as a coach, and then you're more likely to keep a long-term client when you're giving away a lot of free value. So it's very smart. So your website is firsttimetry.net, and your telephone number is 602-725-3390 for those people that'll be listening on podcast. So again, firsttimetry.net and 602-725-3390. Well, Alan, I'm so proud of you, man. I really am. I'm proud of what you did for yourself. I'm proud of what you're doing for others. I love the business concept. I think it's super smart. I'm sharing your stuff in the Relentless Talk Radio Health and Fitness group. So whenever you tag me on something, I'll reshare it for you. And if people reach out to you and they ask for the Relentless offer, you have a little extra special something for them, and you'll have to call Alan to find out what that is, okay?
Well, yep.
It's a secret till you call.
Yeah. All right.
All right, Alan, you have a great rest of your day, man. And
you too.
Keep tagging me on your stuff. I'm super impressed with you. And one of these days, I'm going to come down I can't run with you, but I can watch and cheer.
All right. That sounds good.
All right. Thanks, Alan.
Always need cheerleaders.
Absolutely. Cheerleader. I'll come with a cute outfit and really cute pom-poms. How's that?
All right. Okay.
Thanks, Alan. Have a good rest of your day.
You too. Thank you. Appreciate it, Michelle.
All right, guys. So that was the end of segment 2 of episode 68. I'll be coming back with Dina Patton from Girls Rule Foundation, and we'll be talking about how she empowers young women. So again, this is Michelle Micalizzi from Relentless Talk Radio. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you back here in a minute.